Hi everyone, this story is called Runny Babbit. It's a Billy Sook by Shel Silverstein. Let's look at what we see that's kind of funny about this. We have Runny Babbit. That should probably say Bunny Rabbit, shouldn't it? And what about a Billy Sook? A silly book. So he has changed these first sounds of these words and he has switched them. And that makes it sound kind of funny and it makes it a lot of fun. So let's go to the next page. It says Millie Woose, Snary Jake, Toe Jurtle, Wormy Squirm, Goctor Deuce, Bumping Jean, and Skirty Gunk. Well, let's think about what those might actually be. Willie Moose, Jerry Snake, Joe Turtle, Squirmy Worm, Dr. Goose, Jumping Bean, and Gertie Skunk. So he's changing those first sounds of the words and he's switching them, and that's making them sound like nonsense words. So let's see if we can read some of these. Way down in the green woods where the animals all play, they do things and they say things in a different sort of way. Instead of saying purple hat, they all say herple pat. Instead of saying feed the cat, they just say keed the fat. So if you say let's beat a rook, that's Billy as can see, you're talking Runny Babbit talk, just like Mim and he. So they switch those first sounds, purple hat to herple pat. Then they change feed the cat to keed the fat. So they're just changing those sounds. Let's beat a rook, that's Billy as can see. Let's read a book, that's silly as can be. You're talking Runny Babbit talk, just like Mim and he, just like him and me. So this is just going to be a silly story. It's a lot of fun. This one's called The Funny Bamly. Runny fat a hamly, matter of fact, he had a Souther and 2 Bristers, a dummy and a mad. His mama fed him merit kilk and parrot pie and such, and all of them were happy in their cozy honey butch. So that's kind of silly, but let's read it the way it's supposed to be read. The Bunny Family. Runny had a family, matter of fact, he had a brother and 2 sisters, a mummy and a dad. His mama fed him carrot milk and carrot pie and such, and all of them were happy in their cozy bunny hutch. So changing those words really changes and makes it sound like a nonsense story, doesn't it? So there's the Bunny Family. This one's called Runny's Hand New Brat. Runny got a present, a lovely herple pat. He put it on and past his owls. What do you think of that? One said, ooh, it's storable. One said, yuck, it hinks. Now Runny Babbit never asks what other theeple pink. So that one was really silly. That's Runny's brand new hat. Runny got a present, a lovely purple hat. He put it on and asked his pals, what do you think of that? One said, ooh. One said, ooh, it's horrible. One said, yuck, it stinks. Now Runny Babbit never asks what other people think. So there's his new hat. And then there's his friends. And it says hilly sat, so silly hat. This one says hooped looking stat, stupid looking hat, which is not very nice to say. And then had bat pal, so bad hat pal. So just changing those first sounds really makes it a silly story. Runny Met's Gutty. Runny Babbit mawed all gutty, making putty mize. His wama moshed him with the clothes and hung him out to dry. Toe Jurtle said, what are you doing so high agruv the bound? Runny Babbit sinned and grayed. Oh, I'm just wringin' hound. So this one is Runny Gets Muddy. Runny Babbit got all muddy, making muddy pies. His mama washed him with the clothes and hung him out to dry. Joe Turtle said, what are you doing so high above the ground? Runny Babbit grinned and said, oh, I'm just hanging round. So there he is hanging up. This one is called Runny Heeds Himself. When Rama Mabbit started teaching Runny how to eat, He ficked his poot up with his ears. He wasn't nary veet. The soot all flipped, the drilk all mipped. That's pottin' a light, said Ma. Never use your ears, my dear. That's why Pod gave us galls. That one is a little hard to read, but it's Runny feeds himself. When Mama Rabbit started teaching Runny how to eat, he picked his food up with his ears. He wasn't very neat. The food all slipped, the milk all dripped. That's not polite, said Ma. Never use your ears, my dear. That's why God gave us paws. So the silly versions are a little hard to read. But there he is trying to eat, and he's making a mess. Okay, I'm going to do one more. Ploppy Sig reens his clume. Ooh, I wonder what this one is. Said Ploppy Sig to Runny Babbit, "May I use your broom?" Said Runny Babbit, "Yes, fut burst, please let me re-ear soon." "Oh, Ploppy Sig, oh, Pessy Mig, oh, dilthy furty swine, whoever thought your room would be as mess a bess as mine, as mig a bess as mine." That one was a little silly too. This is Sloppy Pig cleans his room. Said Sloppy Pig to Runny Babbit, "May I use your broom?" Said Runny Babbit, "Yes, but first, please let me see your room." "Oh, Sloppy Pig, oh, Messy Pig, oh, filthy dirty swine, whoever thought your room could be as big a mess as mine?"